Good evening, students. Welcome you all to StudyIQ IAS English. This is Vishal, faculty of Law Optional and Indian Polity at StudyIQ. Students, education is a foundation for any society. A society that has strong educational foundation, it will be able to develop socially and economically. Whereas a society that has shallow educational foundation, it will not be able to develop socially and economically. Rather, it will not be able to compete with the rest of the world. Therefore, it is imperative. It is a duty of the people sitting in power. It is duty of the state to ensure that education shall be given the topmost priority. In today's video, we're going to discuss the difference between educational standards in different states of India. We're going to discuss the interstate difference between educational standards, and we're going to base our analysis on NRIF data. NIRF means National Institutional Ranking Framework. Now, NIRF ranks different colleges and universities on different parameters. For example, the educational outcomes. For example, the research papers. For example, the patents that were done by particular educational institutions. We're going to see which state in India is a top performer. We're going to see which state in India is the worst performer, and we're going to see what are the reasons why certain states, especially from southern India, such as Tamil Nadu, they are performing very good as compared to other states of India. And there are certain states, for example, Bihar, they are lagging behind in educational development. They are lagging behind in development of class universities and colleges. So we're going to start with the video. Please stay connected with the video, and we're going to see that we'll be able to understand why there is an interstate disparity in education standards in India. See, there's a considerable interstate disparity in higher education standards in India. So we're going to see what does the data as per NIRF says. Now, as I've told you, there are certain states that are top performers. For example, Tamil Nadu and Delhi. In Tamil Nadu and Delhi, we'll see there's a presence of top-notch universities. Whereas in certain states such as Bihar, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Pondicherry and Madhya Pradesh, we'll just have one or two universities that were able to make into the top 100 list. That means these states, they lag in educational institutions. And we can also see what are the literacy rates of different states in India. Now this is the data. Now, I have presented the state-wise representation in NIRF top 100. That means we're going to see which state has most number of education institutions in top 100 education institutions in India. As you can see, Tamil Nadu is the top performer. That means in 100 top education institutes in India, Tamil Nadu alone has 17 institutions. That means out of 100, 17 top institutions are in Tamil Nadu. Apart from that, we'll see Maharashtra. 11 institutions will be in Maharashtra. In Uttar Pradesh, we'll have 9 institutions. In Delhi, we'll have 8 institutions. In Karnataka, we have 6 institutions. That means these are the states that have best education institutions in India, both colleges and universities. Now, moving on, we'll see that Bihar, it is only having one education institution in top 100, and same is the case with Gujarat. It is only having one education institution in top 100. The same is the case with Himachal Pradesh, Pondicherry and Madhya Pradesh. Now we have seen states such as Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Maharashtra, they're having 17, 9, 8 top education institutions, whereas states such as Gujarat, Bihar, Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, they're only having one education institution that has made into the top 100 list. Now, we can say that these are small states. Himachal Pradesh is a small state. Obviously, Himachal Pradesh is not a very popular state because of its hilly terrain. In the simple manner, Pondicherry, obviously, it's not a very big union territory. But Bihar or Gujarat, Bihar is a big state. Bihar has a population of approximately 8 to 9 crores. A state that is having a population of approximately of 8 to 9 crores, why does it only have one education institution that is fit to be recognized, or that is fit to be placed in top 100 category? We're going to see the reason behind it. Now, moving on, we'll see the states with highest literacy rates. The states with highest literacy rates, and students, believe me, the data that have showed here, the data that I portrayed here, you can use the data while writing down answers in mains examination, because on the basis of concrete data, you can conduct an analysis. Mind you, whenever you are conducting an analysis, because UPSC examination, especially the mains examination, it is analytical in nature. So you have to conduct analysis, and analysis can be conducted only on the basis of concrete data. That's why having facts and data is of paramount importance. Now, we're going to start with the states with highest literacy rates. We'll see Mizoram. Obviously, it is very near to achieve cent% literacy, 98.2. Now, it's a record. We'll see the state of Mizoram. It has done a phenomenal job in ensuring that nearly all the people in the state, they're at least literate. Then we'll move on to Lakshadweep. Phenomenal job. 97.3% people are literate. Kerala, obviously a state from southern India. Now, approximately 96.2% people are literate. Nagaland, again northeast, 95% people are literate. And Tripura, 95.6% people are literate. Now, we'll see states from southern India and northeast India. They have very high literacy rates. We have seen state of Mizoram that is about to achieve cent% literacy rate. We have seen the state of Lakshadweep. We have seen the UT of Lakshadweep, state of Kerala. Now, all of them are very near to achieving 100% or cent% literacy. Whereas there are certain states such as Andhra Pradesh. So, Andhra Pradesh is an exception in southern India. Here the literacy rate is 72.6%. Bihar again. Now we'll see a common state, Bihar. The literacy rate in Bihar is also low. It is just 74.3%. Now if we compare Bihar to Mizoram, obviously there is a lot of difference. Madhya Pradesh, again 75.2%. Now this is also a state that also does not feature education institutions, top-notch education institutions. Only one education institution in Madhya Pradesh was able to make up into top 100 list. Now same is the case with Bihar. Literacy rate is also low. That means the primary education is also lagging. In the same manner, the secondary education, or we can say the higher education, is also lagging. Rajasthan 75%, Jharkhand 76%. Now these are the data. On the basis of this data, we can make an inference. We'll say the states in southern India as well as the states in northeast India, at least they have high education standards. I'm not saying that they have achieved 100% literacy. I'm not saying that they are perfect, but I'm still saying as comparison with the rest of the states. For example, Madhya Pradesh, for example, Bihar, for example, Jharkhand, the states in southern India and northeastern India, they are performing much better. Now, what is the reason behind that? Now, I'll also show the list of certain institutes that were able to made into the top 100. If I talk about institutions, that means universities, we have IISc, Indian Institute of Science, obviously in Karnataka, JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Karnataka, Jamia Millia Islamia, Delhi, University of Delhi, obviously in Delhi, BHU in UP, Birla Institute of Technology and Science, that is in Rajasthan, Pillani. Again, Amrit Vishwa Vidyapeeth, that is in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Jadavpur University, Kolkata, West Bengal. Now we'll see a pattern. You will see, if you talk about universities, obviously we have topmost universities in Delhi, JNU, Jamia Millia Islamia, University of Delhi. And apart from that, we also have top universities in state of Karnataka. So again, I'm reiterating my point that southern states are comparatively performing better. We have two institutions of national prominence, or two institutions that were able to make into top 10 list, that is IISc, Indian Institute of Science, and again Manipal Academy of Higher Education. Both of them are in Karnataka. Now, if we move on to colleges, we'll see In case of colleges, Delhi is a top performer. Hindu College, that obviously it is affiliated with Delhi University. It is the top performer in NIRF ranking in college category. Miranda House, Hansraj College, Kirodimal College, Lady Shriram College, St. Xavier College, all of them belong to Delhi. St. Xavier belong to obviously Mumbai. Then you have Loyola College, Chennai, obviously Tamil Nadu. Madras Christian College, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Presidency College, Chennai. Sri Venkateshwar College, Delhi. Now again we'll see a pattern that either Delhi or Chennai. Now both of them are appropriating the topmost colleges in India. Now what is the reason behind that? We have seen the fact, we have seen the data, we have seen the facts, we have seen there's a clear divide. If we just talk about educational standards, there's a clear divide. States in southern India, they're comparatively performing better. Their institutions were able to make into top 100 educational institutions or even top 10 educational institutions. And there are certain states, for example, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, they are the worst performers. So the literacy rate there is also low. Apart from that, these states cannot also boast of multiple institutions of national prominence. So what is the reason? Now if we talk about Tamil Nadu, if we just take the case study of Tamil Nadu, we'll see there are certain social, historical and political factors that have resulted in Tamil Nadu becoming a state with high educational standards. Now what are these factors? First, now again in Tamil Nadu, we'll find out, because obviously out of top 100, 70 institutions belong to Tamil Nadu. So that means the government in Tamil Nadu, it is doing something really good. Now we'll find out that obviously there is a strong public investment. That means the government in Tamil Nadu, it is investing in public education. It is giving funds towards public education. Apart from that, strong implementation of inclusive social policies. Now obviously we all know, if a community is social backward, now it is very difficult for a community who is socially backward or who is socially discriminated against to integrate into rest of society and gain education. So if a state, if there is strong public investment in education, apart from that, if there is strong commitment towards social equality, so obviously educational standard would be higher, as in the case of Tamil Nadu. Now robust industrialization. Now second thing is, there is something which is called as demand factor. So in Tamil Nadu, we'll see we have industries. Apart from that, we also have a thriving service sector. Now industries and the service sector, they require skilled manforce. They require skilled manforce. Now suppose there are industries that are operating in Tamil Nadu, obviously they will require people who have technical knowledge. They will require people who have education in technical subjects. In the same manner, service sector, IT industry, they require people who have their educational background in technical fields. So that means now there's a demand. Now in a state, there's a demand of jobs. There is demand of skilled people. So that's why we have education institutions, because now these educational institutions and obviously the top-notch education institutions, they cater to the demand. So there is a supply chain, and there is a demand and there is a supply chain that is supplying skilled manforce to industry. So now this is also acting as a very important factor. So that's why it is important that the location of industries, or we can say the spread of industries in India, shall be uniform. Because in certain states where there are no industries, you will not find multiple technical institutions there. Because when there are, if in a state there are no industries, obviously there is no demand of skilled people, or there is a very less demand of skilled people. So that's why when there is less demand of skilled people, so that's why education institutions, obviously you will not find multiple educational institutions in that particular state. Apart from that, Tamil Nadu government actively incentivizes institutions to seek and maintain national accreditations. Now what is this? Now again, the government is incentivizing colleges and education institutions to obviously improve their national accreditations. So obviously, if a college or university, it is getting a grant, and the grant is based on its performance, how it is performing, how the students are performing, How many students are obviously taking out research papers? What are the number of patents that a technical institute is filing? Then on the basis of this, if the college or institution is getting grant, the college and institutions obviously will be incentivized to perform in a better manner. And now this incentive, obviously it is driving the institutions in Tamil Nadu to achieve higher standards. Now, if we talk about the other side, if we talk about the other side of the pole, we'll see Bihar. Now, what is the reason why Bihar do not boast of higher literacy, or Bihar cannot boast of education institutions that are performing on a top notch? Now, the thing here is, first, there are certain loopholes or there are certain strategic challenges in Bihar. For example, we have, obviously, there is a lack of sound governance. There is a lack of sound governance. That means the state government is not able to ensure, it is not able to make, create and implement policies, obviously, that are in the favor of education, public education. Resource utilization. That means even if resources are dedicated or allocated towards education, they are not properly utilized because corruption. Infrastructure development. Obviously, for the purpose of developing educational institutions, we require infrastructure. Now, infrastructure is lacking in Bihar. Because of these reasons, Bihar is not able to establish top-notch educational institutions. Apart from that, we also have economic structure. So one thing that was driving establishment of education institutions in Tamil Nadu was demand of skilled demand of skilled man force, demand of skilled people. But in Bihar, it's an agricultural economy. So we will not find much industries there. As there are no industries, so there is a very less demand of skilled people, and that's why to cater to that demand, there are no educational institutions. Last, caste and class hierarchies in Bihar. Now, a prominent factor is there are class and caste hierarchy. That means still the society is divided on the basis of class and caste. So now there are certain people who are having a higher strata, or who belong to higher strata. There are people or there are sections of society that belong to a comparatively lower strata. Now the people who belong to a lower strata, accessing education is difficult for them, because the people who have faced social discrimination, the people who have faced educational backwardness or economic backwardness, now to gain education, it is very difficult for them. Now suppose there is a family, and the family historically, or the generations in that family, they are not able to secure some gainful employment. Suppose they are doing menial jobs or labor. Now, the successive generations in the family, they'll not be able to secure good jobs. They'll not be able to secure good education as well, because obviously there is a vicious circle of poverty. Now, this class hierarchies and caste hierarchies, until and unless these hierarchies are broken, or these hierarchies are taken away, it would be very difficult for Bihar to provide for even educational standards, or to provide for even educational opportunities for all the people. Now, few suggestions. What can be done? What can be done to arrest this divide? So we cannot have some islands of excellence among or between the sea of mediocrity. So that's why we need even development. We need even development in education institution. We need an approach that will be able to secure that education in India develops uniformly and equally among all the regions. So there are certain things that the government can do. That is, obviously, you need funding. The government need to fund the areas or the states that are lagging behind. So we obviously require central and state fundings for lagging regions. And obviously, you need to develop infrastructure. If there are no proper roads, no bridges, no power supply, obviously you cannot expect the state to develop good educational institutions. Secondly, you also require performance-linked grants and incentives. Now, the Tamil Nadu government is doing the same thing. The same can be done by Bihar government as well. The government can provide grants on the basis of performance of the institutions. So that means if an institution is performing well, if the research output is good, if the student placement ratio is also good, if a technical institutions, obviously it is going for research and filing of patents, so the government can incentivize. Now this will drive the institute obviously to achieve excellence and higher standards in education. Now thirdly, obviously you need to develop digital infrastructure, and so the states have to provide high speed internet, obviously. Now the thing here is, in technology can be a good leveler. Technology can ensure, even if there is no physical infrastructure, knowledge can still be imparted, information can still be disseminated, but it requires technical setup and obviously technological setup. So if the state develop digital infrastructure, obviously it will result in, or it can play a major role in securing access to knowledge and information. And last would be, you need to promote policies supporting marginalized groups and increase scholarships. Now areas, as I've told you, in certain states you have class hierarchies. Now the government need to identify the class and caste hierarchies and target them. So you have to provide targeted scholarships and financial as well as other form of aid to these marginalized communities, so that they'll be able to compete with the rest of section of society. Now by focusing on these 4 or 5 points, the state can ensure that educational development or the development of education can be improved, or we can say the educational standards in that particular state can be improved. So that's all for today. In today's video we have seen that educational disparity in India, or we can say disparity in educational standard in India, it's a reality. So we cannot just turn away our faces, we just cannot turn away from reality and say no, India is developing. Obviously India is developing, literacy rate in India is improving. So now overall we have an average of 80%, but still we cannot boast that the development is all inclusive. So that's why we need to identify the areas that can be improved. We need to work properly in those areas or properly in those states that are lagging behind. So there are certain factors that are responsible for the states being lagging, or the states lagging behind certain states. I've told you, either there is lack of governance, either there is unequal social structure, either there is lack of infrastructure. So these factors need to be considered, and the government need to develop an all-inclusive and comprehensive approach so that education can be evenly developed in country like India. So that's all for today. Thank you for the video. We'll meet with a new video. We'll discuss some important points on a topic that would be relevant for your syllabus. So thank you and Jai Hind.